How do you prepare? Is there a way to prepare? Or because I have read that there is a protocol, or there is a specific way that you should go into ceremony. You can't just do it.
That's true. To prepare for medicine ceremony of any kind, and I don't care if you're doing mushrooms or whatever you're playing with, and these things are not casual. I want to make that very clear in this conversation, that these medicines really aren't made to be casual.
Okay.
This is not something you need to go online and try to look for. Oh, we heard Chef Ahki talking about ayahuasca. Get online and Google it.
Yeah, and go find it.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that. This is not that. This is something that needs to be ceremonially done, and it needs to be done in traditional fashion with someone who is trained with traditional tribesmen and women. I don't care if it's the Santo Daime Church in Brazil, if you're going through the peyote families up in Mexico, or you're going through the Colombians, whoever you're going to, the Shipibo in Peru, you need to ask the shaman who he's trained with and really get some credentials on that, because it's gotten really wild out here. I can't even begin the conversation of how I feel about watching medicine turn also into this capitalistic, trendy thing.
Yeah.
Right. So we've seen the food go into a trend. We've seen now medicine going into a trend.
Yeah.
Dangerous times.
Yeah.
But the preparation is typically a fast.
Okay.
Staying away from fried foods, pork, heavy meat, heavy carbs, sugars, all the sweets, you got to cut that out. The alcohol and the smoking, you don't want to do any of that stuff in preparation. You really want to just cleanse out, because the cleaner you are, the more deeper you can go.
Got it.
The more firm the signal and the channel is for downloading the information. The spirits don't like to dance with all the other spirits like that. The ayahuasca, the chacruna spirit is really specific. It's not something that you want to mix with other spirits.
Got it.
So it's best to abstain from sex before and after, at least 3 days before and after. And there's a few other preparations. Yeah. Intention is also huge in preparing, making sure that you're really firm on your intention. And I wouldn't overdo it with that, because half the time it's not about the intention, it's who's intending. Who are you that is intending? Are you somebody that's actually within your right mind, your right consciousness, within your highest self? Or are you making intentions based on your ego lower self? Most of the time, that's what it is. Yeah. So it's good to have an intention. Yeah. But don't OD on intention, because when you get into that medicine, it's going to do the work, and it's going to force you to surrender, and there will be nothing that you can do about it either way. So.
Got it. Yeah. So for people out there, I know there is a lot of people that, like you said, it's becoming so trendy, and you have to protect yourself. But for anyone out there, fast. Start there.
Yeah.
Clean yourself out.
Absolutely. No sex. Be very careful, because it's very easy to make babies after you do medicine also.
Okay.
Just go get pregnant.
So this is something that you offer with your retreats and your things
Yes.
Okay.
This is something I have offered.
Okay.
In several retreats. Now, I was assistant to a shaman for 14 years, where we would travel all through the Midwest, South, and we ended up, overseas as well. But we brought ayahuasca medicine to thousands of people here in the Midwest and in the Southeast. Black folks. We were the first to introduce this medicine to Black people in America.
Oh, wow.
Thousands of people. And I remember him telling me, that this is going to change things. And we watched it together. We watched it shift, where now I can mention ayahuasca to almost anybody.
And they know.
And they're like, oh, yeah, I did that. My auntie did it. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it myself. Very normal.
Wow.
Yeah. Watched it happen.
So this is this medicine is ancient medicine. Mm-hmm. It's been around for hundreds, thousands of years. And like you were saying, you studied under a shaman.
Yes.
Are shamans typically elders?
Typically.
Mm-hmm. Typically they are.
But in rare cases, no.
Okay.
I have sat with 2 ayahuasqueros who were quite young, shockingly young.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, they were in full regalia and had been given the blessings of their entire village.
Oh, wow.
Whatever spirit walked with that person, they were given a responsibility with this medicine very early. And they went through the initiations to have the marriage with this plant. And they were serious. I mean, phenomenal, integral, powerful spiritual leaders.
Wow.
I mean, powerful. So typically, yes, elders, but not always.
But not always. And speaking of elders, you spent time, I don't know how much time, I'm going to talk about it, with Dr. Sebi.
Yes.
Do you pronounce it Sebi or Sebi?
Sebi.
Sebi. So 2023, March 2023, I actually made it to Usha Village.
Okay.
I went.
Nice.
I was in the sulfur pool, which I was obsessed with. And you know, I was there for 7 days. I went with my family. My little nephew that you saw, he was there. Both my nephews,
how
my
beautiful.
sister. We made it happen. My mother really needed it, so it was a beautiful thing for us to make it. And I remember seeing your video. You did. You posted online. I don't know how many years ago that was, but you were there looking like a goddess
At Usha.
at Usha. And I saw clips of you at Dr. Sebi's bedside, feeding him. I think it was a stew or something like that. What was it like? I mean, because I would say that, he is one of, I guess, the most prominent of our elders.